there's this idea with the alt-right that some people hold. Like, there's a few narratives. One is like they're cucks, they're stupid, they are they're Jewing us on purpose, or they're getting
Jeff Collar.
Yeah, like and there's another one that's like, oh, they're kind of a ideological gateway drug. They're providing. I just don't know that I'm convinced by any kind of narrative like this. I think they're opportunists. They're opportunists that are seeing an opportunity. They're seeing a market niche and they're running with it. Like Bill Mitchell, I don't even include because he's just dumb. Like he was supporting Jeb and then he went for Trump after Jeb got. So God. It's like, yeah, who the hell this guy is? I don't even know. Like nobody even knows who this guy is. Yeah, basically. That's like basically Bill Mitchell's Twitter account for the last 24 hours. Like, it's like, please clap.
Some of these cucks, we don't know where they're from.
Yeah,
oh
so
my God.
There's that. But I mean, my only thing with this alt-light thing is that it's like, is there in fact some kind of thing worked out where they are playing a role of being the gateway drug? And I don't think that there is, because I think that what it is you've got a lot of egos. Well, that because of the bad feelings toward the system, because of the people hating the system, they've carved out a little niche, and I think they're determined to keep it. Now the other question is, can we? Yes. Even though that's the case, can we use them? And I think we can, but that involves bullying them. That involves
we use them by punching them. They just they're piñatas. You whack them and some of their fans fall out. I mean that's what it has to be. I mean
like that's basically where we are. It's the only choice that we have, because any kind of sort of working with them to them sort of agreeing to play this role of like, we'll be the normie. But so I'm skeptical if that works at all, because I just don't know. Like, I don't know.
Yeah,
how way to know any of this, but like
it's like when you're only willing to go so far when you're peddling as like I'm selling deep dark truths, I'm selling ugly truths that we're not allowed to utter in this country, but I'm not I'm not peddling that one real serious, real dark one.
One thing that's terrible.
So when when you're only peddling half the story and you're trying to hand wave and distract from the other half, like how long can you hold somebody's attention seriously? I mean, apparently you can hold a lot of people's attention, judging by the whatever that Amazon sales rank of the book that God knows isn't even ghostwritten yet by Milo, but it's like I guess you can hold a lot of people's attention with it. But I don't know, like, how long you hold those people's attention. Like, how transient is that audience? We've got to be there to pick them up. We've got to be there to fill in the blanks on their ideology, because there's a lot of blanks.
This is actually something that we brought up as far as the Milo book. It's the whole shtick there is it's dangerous, but I mean,
but it's not.
I will bend a little bit and say that on some accounts it's a little more full-throated than typical GOP. But I mean, it's basically Milo is trying to be the interior decorator for the GOP. I mean, gay people are good at that, right? So it's not. Ultimately, it just changes the drapes. It goes against the worst elements of the left, the social justice warrior, the feminist. I mean, and everyone hates those. Even people on the left hate those people.
They scream about Islam a lot. Islam.
Scream about Islam. Everyone hates Islam because Islam's garbage. I mean,
a lot of people don't like it. Like most people in America, don't like Islam. There's actually been surveys.
Yeah,
banning Muslims was more popular than Donald Trump. I'll never fucking forget that. More than 50% of people in America, and that has to include some non-whites as well.
Right.
Yeah.
Ban them.
Yeah, and I mean it's one of those things. It's like it's the lowest hanging fruit as far as political correctness goes, and that I guess can be admirable for normies, but at some level we need to step in, and this actually brings us full circle to something I mentioned. It's time to come out with a full-throated positive case for white nationalism, or in comparison to why civic nationalism is a false god. Basically, civic nationalism is a false god for the nation, and it's a false god for the culture. It's hollow, and I feel that you either you eventually go to like me. I mean, that was the last thing to fall for me. That's the last thing to fall for most people is the white identity, white nationalism. And that's because that's the ultimate bugaboo. Having an identity is Hitler.
Yeah.
And once that falls, everything else, I mean, I was completely red pilled on the JQ, but I couldn't be a white nationalist. Like, and that's just one of those perverse things that you have to get over. And I think that in order for us to move things forward, we have to have that dialectic, that interaction with these civic nationalists. And I've said this before, as far as, if we ever want to have a debate, with these people, the thesis is that civic nationalism inevitably leads to ethnic nationalism, either nationalism for your own people or for the other people. And that's where it goes. That's where it always goes.